Hey guys, how are you doing? It's been 10 months since I started playing Arknights, and I always had a question which bothered me, and that was, how much progress can I make in 24 hours? So what I did, I created a new free-to-play account, and I started the stream, and I wanted to see how much progress I can make in a 24-hour stream. Will I be able to get an E2? Will I be able to clear the whole story? If not, how far will I get? And how far will I get in Annihilation? So this is how it went. I had to create an account and I called it 24 hours Cesith. Then I had to rush through the story to only be able to do my first 10 pull. And the first 10 pull was the most important pull, because this is what decided what kind of operators I will have. XSAR Siege would be the best thing. You need to know, I am a Sniper King. I am the Sniper King. That's why I'm pretty confident I will get Exu. Exu is the one we will get. I said it. Guys, I said it. I always get XSA. People call me Sniper King not for no reason. I managed to start off with a really strong 10 pull. I got Chiruki, Perfumer, Scavenger, Korra, Mouse and XSA. And all of them are MVPs for this challenge. So with my new squad, I was confident that we can beat this challenge. My main problem was I had to rush. I had no time, because the day reset is coming. And if the day resets, I am not gonna be able anymore to farm defender chips and healing chips. So all I had to do was rush the content in 4 hours that I can farm the defender and healing chips. So what I did, I rushed through chapter 0 and chapter 1 to be able to level my units good enough that I can farm the first chips. I didn't care about the E2 chips because I knew if I'm ever gonna be able to E2 someone, it's probably not gonna be a defender or a healer anyway. So I ate my delicious cheese bread and I started off the grind. I knew it's gonna be close, but I had to try my best to get as much chips as I could. I managed to farm enough chips that I can confidently say we have enough for this challenge. The next thing I tried was Annihilation 1. I wanted to see if I can already beat it. I used Peter as a friend support unit, only to see that I will fail at 343, which I think was already good, but we had to level our operators to be able to farm to 400. I farmed the story until I reached 2.10, and this was the first point where I was really struggling. I tried this map with Chen, with Rosa, with Phantom, but nothing worked. After like 10 tries, I tried it with Beeswax, and thanks to Beeswax, I finally managed to beat the stage. And it was such a pain to do that. We were already 6 hours and 45 minutes in the challenge until I reached chapter 3. And this was already the point where I started to feel like it is a pain to think about new strategies and beating maps for 7 hours straight. While I was farming like crazy, which took multiple hours, I thought I'm just gonna do some handholds, and I also did a Scribble.io session with my viewers. And this is where I learned that my viewers don't have any sense for art. What I did, I drew such a beautiful Shining, and barely anyone got it. I was shocked when I saw this. I went on and ignored the first thing, and I thought like, hey, maybe that was just a one-time thing. I drew now Cardigan, and still, literally no one managed to figure it out that was Cardigan. It started to hurt my feelings because I felt like I am pretty good at drawing. I gave them a final last try and drew Shamare, and I knew with this drawing, this will be my best drawing ever. It looks so detailed and everything. I knew when I die, this drawing will be sold for multiple thousands, if not millions of dollars. And with that, I knew everybody will get it. And still, they disappointed me. So my disappointment was immeasurable high, and I just went back to Arknights and gave up drawing. Maybe it is for the better. To recover from this shock, I ate cheese spätzle and also cheese sausage. I thought like this is the perfect thing to do, and I will be able to recover from this. I went on and tried to clear chapter 3 with the power of friendship, and we finally reached School Shelter. I knew this is gonna be one of the hardest stages to beat in this challenge. So I came up with the idea that I have to use the power of friendship. And if anime teach me something, you can beat anything as long as you have the power of friendship on your side. So I used Lapland to beat School Shelter, and I managed to beat School Shelter within 3 tries, which I am really proud of. With my new confidence, I wanted to see if I can beat Annihilation 2 already, without the power of friendship. And I actually managed to get to 367, which is already really good, but not good enough. At this point, we were 16 hours in, and I knew I have to rush more, otherwise I will not be able to beat chapter 5 or chapter 6. So what I did is I went back to farming LMD and XP in the event. After I was done farming, I took on chapter 4. I was confident that I can beat chapter 4 in one go, but there was the stage 4.7. Now if you don't know, 4.7 has a lot of slugs, but I don't have a good silence unit, so I had to take Lapland with me. But I still had only Perfumer and Ansel as my only healers, which was a big problem. And I was still using 3 and 4 stars at this point because I couldn't get any other good units. It was a really hard stage to defeat, but after a few tries I managed to do it, but it took many tries. And when we beat that, we were already 17 hours and 42 minutes in, so I was getting tired. After 4.7, there were only painful stages like 4.8, 4.9 and also 4.10. All of them were a big struggle, and I had to find a way how to beat them. Especially FrostNova will be the one that I will struggle a lot. So my operators weren't good enough, so it was time for another farming session. After 19 hours and 6 minutes, I still had 82 Arundum and 118 sanity, and I was level 21. Which is absolutely incredible because I haven't even touched the challenge stages yet. So there was a ton of sanity to get, even though I have not invested a single dollar into this game yet. After I was done farming, 20 hours and 30 minutes have passed, and I knew it is time to take on FrostNova. Now my only pay to win 5 stars are Exosay, Texas and Blue Poison, which is a good combination against FrostNova, so I thought my chances are good. The levels of my operators were so good that I didn't even have to use a friend support unit. So I managed to beat FrostNova with my own units. And I tell you something, Mouse is freaking awesome. With Texas, Mouse managed to clear out the bottom lane without any problems, and I was able to fully focus on FrostNova, which was a big help. At this point, I realized it will not be possible that we can clear chapter 5. So I gave up in the story and I fully focused on building an Annihilation 2 team. My target was to beat Annihilation 2 at the end of the 24 hours. So it was time to build my team. I knew that my current operators won't be good enough, so what I did was I was farming Annihilation 1 to get enough Arundums to do more pulls. And this is how my pulls went. Look at this. We will get Siege now. First try, Siege, and I'm gonna be so toxic. Now, Explosion, Siege. Well, I would say I called this. I don't know why, but I don't know why I would say I called this, but I kinda called this, right? Now with Siege on my side, I was confident that we can beat Annihilation 2 without the power of friendship. But I didn't have the materials to E1 her, so it was time for another farming session. I only had 2 hours left, so I knew I have to start trying it. Because, you know, Annihilation is taking a long time for one run. So I started trying with Siege, but failed terribly a lot of times. I was already 23 hours awake, and I wasn't able to think anymore. And I gave up trying it without the power of friendship. So what I did is I used Blaze and did it first try. And now 23 hours and 30 minutes are done. Only 30 minutes left to go. In the last 30 minutes, all I did was just farming, because my target was to get an E2. I wanted to see if I can do it. Sadly, I wasn't. So this is how my account looked like in the end. But the progress we have right now is, we got Siege like a few hours ago. Oh yeah, like an hour ago or something. Really awesome. Sleep well afterwards. I will have the best sleep I will ever have in my entire life. I start mumbling too. It's like being drunk. When you don't have a lot of sleep, it's like being drunk. Without no alcohol. So if you don't have the money for alcohol, I would recommend you just don't go to bed. You have the same effect. It's free. That's the free-to-play version of drinking. Just staying awake for 24 hours is a free-to-play version of drinking. And it's also not considered as a drug. So it's only a win-win situation. So in the end, I cleared chapter 4. I managed to beat Annihilation 2. And also have a lot of sanity left. Which is absolutely incredible. But I gotta say something. this is not for encouraging you to do the same. Don't do this. Staying awake for 24 hours is really, really painful. And if you don't have the right strategy and the right food, it can be so unhealthy. So please do not try this. It was really just for me to show you and me how far I can go in that time. Now, thank you so much for watching. I know this was a really unusual video, but I really wanted to answer this question. I don't know if someone else has done this before, but this was really fun to do, and the 24-hour stream itself was really awesome. My viewers even helped me to reach 1,000 subscribers at the end of the 24 hours, which was absolutely incredible. And all in all, thank you so much for the recent support. This is incredible. I don't know what to say. And with that, that is everything I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching and have a nice one. Bye bye, Sarimasa. Have a good one. See ya.